have stepped away nice and cleanly as well. My Mate Max is going to take an early lead, and the Chook, who was qualifying from the stand, is going to just drop in and sit behind. It's My Mate Max showing a clean set of heels and is exiting the home straight now. The Chook just getting her balance. She was qualifying from the stand, so she's just going to get her balance and will tack on to My Mate Max shortly, as that horse heads now into the back straight and looks to be trotting along quite nicely and setting a fairly solid tempo to my eye at this point in time. The Chook probably about 15-20 metres off, just getting tapped along to keep her mind on the job, as My Mate Max continues to trot along nicely there along the back straight. He's a gelded son of Wing Cries Mary. He's had one start at the races and has had a couple of trials too. I know that I've called him a few times here at the trials, and looks to be trotting along very nicely at the moment. The Chook is eating into the margin a little bit, probably now, still probably about 15 metres away, but is sticking to her task well, as My Mate Max, as I said, does look to be going along at a fairly solid tempo to my eye. They're coming down to meet the bell this time, and it's still My Mate Max out in front. Kevin Cole just having a look over his shoulder just to see where the Chook is, and she's just coming to greet the judge now. One lap to go, both of them still trotting along quite nicely. My Mate Max, as I said, has set a fairly solid tempo along the middle section and enters the back straight. The Chook just passing the 800 metre mark as well, is just getting tapped along to keep her mind on the job, and she's starting to extend stride now too, looking to try and eat into this margin. My Mate Max is probably 25-30 metres in front, maybe even a little bit more, and looks to be travelling along quite nicely. Still sitting fairly quietly there, driver Kevin Cole. Dylan Marshall just gives the Chook another little bit of a reminder, although I think that margin might be a little bit too big for her, but she has qualified successfully from the stand to my eyes. She didn't look to take a bubble at all. But My Mate Max was out with a mission. He is just getting a little bit pitter-pattery as he enters into the straight, but as I said, I think that he's set a fairly solid tempo throughout the trial. It's going to be a long run up the straight, but he's well and truly clear and had a bit of an agenda to set. The Chook is coming home really nicely and has also probably run a fairly decent last half, I would suggest. But My Mate Max, very tired there over the line, but trotted all the way and is the successful winner there of